finally, let me get this old drill press out of here. If only I could have a new drill press. Whoa, what the heck? Oh my gosh, guys, it's a Permatrack AMT full function drill press with powered oscillating spindle with 5 speeds, and it is model 5740. So, yeah. Although, in all seriousness, this is a really nice drill press, pretty old, and I got it today at Habitat for Humanity Restore for $15, which is very cheap for one of these. I value this at about $300, although I don't know for certain because I couldn't find it whenever I looked it up, putting in all the serial numbers and all that stuff, which likely goes to show the age of the product. So getting right into it, it is a benchtop drill press with 5 speeds, and the way to change the speeds is if you come into the top here, it opens up to the engine block, or no, the engine is back here, but the gearbox, which utilizes gear ratios to change the speeds. You just have to change around a little shaft. The speed levels are 620, 620 rotations per second, which is how many times this rotates per second, the little bit in the chuck. Speed 4 is 1100, speed 3, 1720, speed 2 is 2340, and speed 1 is 3100. And again, changing the little belt with the gears, it gives you a nice diagram on how to change that and what's being changed and where to put the belt. Moving right along, we have the measurement. So it is centimeters, it looks like. And so there's a little red indicator, and as you rotate the driving shaft, you are also this is also going down with the chuck, so it gives you a rough depth measurement. Of course, you have to calibrate that to what you're doing. In order to turn on the machine, there is a switch on the left side of the machine, and you just simply flick that up. Obviously, it rotates left. I don't believe there's a way to change that. So also, while modern drills and drill presses don't have chucks or collet chucks, they don't have the keys for those chucks. You could just do it with your hand. You could do it this way, but it's pretty hard. There is a key. So you put it in, and then you turn it, and then it loosens it. So, and then just like that. And it is compatible with most drill bits. It is a 3-prong chuck. So, and what that means is there's 3 little jaws that come up, and they grab the bit. So it's compatible with any one of my previous bits for my regular drill, as well as my miscellaneous bits, which is nice. And the engine block is in the back, so that's where the rotation comes from. It goes up into a little drive shaft in the back, little cylinder. The belt utilizes gear ratio somewhere in the center. There's a second one, and it rotates, and so that's what rotates that. All right, so moving straight along, we have the work surface, which is adjustable. So there is a little handle in the back, and you can, I tightened it pretty good. Let me move these so I don't cut myself. Go. 1 second, guys. All right, there we go. So you can lower it, you can turn it. I mean, if you really needed all that space, I don't know what piece is going to come up as this only, you can only rotate it about 3 inches, I would say. No, actually, like, not even. Like 2 inches. So there's 2 inches of space right there. So I don't know what you're going to be working on that has that much space. But if you need it, you can. So you can rotate it. Or if I have a rather thin piece, I can always bring it all the way up there, and then I just simply tighten it, like so. I do a little bit more than that. And then you could take your piece. So this is just an old scrap piece of wood that I've been testing on before. And like, so, you know, if you have something that you need to get real up close and personal with, you could do so. However, good depth is intermediate, so it's like, I like to have it right here. Alright, so yeah, this is quite the awesome machine. I drilled, 12 holes, and I already enjoy it so much. I can totally tell that I'm going to be utilizing this in almost every project that I do. And now's a good time to say that if I owe you any projects, there's a few people that I've promised projects to, and I just wanted to say that they are coming. But I've had a lot of projects that personally I'm working on, everything from curtain rods to one of my largest projects by a long shot, and that I've been doing, and it came out. I still need to get legs for it. The fruit of the labor was not as high as I would like it to be, but I still think it's pretty awesome, and I can totally say that I learned a lot from it because I've never worked with all of the materials that I've used, and it was definitely a good learning experience. So yeah, if I owe you projects, they're still coming. They'll be done soon. You probably know who you are if you're watching this video. Alright, but right back on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece of pretty terrible scrap. And I'm going to use this drill bit, which I believe is a, what is this, 5 millimeter. Nope, 5/16. Alright, so this is 5/16. So we're gonna put this into the chuck like so. We're gonna take our key like so, insert it, okay. Tighten. Alright, so now that's good and tight. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to be holding it with my hand because this clamp doesn't exactly do what I need it to do to drill like this. So, we're just going to flip the machine on. It's rotating 620 times per second as it is on, or per minute as it is on belt 5. So upon grabbing this handle, you'll see that when you pull it down, this also moves down, and you can indicate how much you've moved down as well. So we're just going to drill the quick, simple, not all the way through. We're just going to go about, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch into it, like so. Maybe we'll do another one. We'll do it down here so y'all can see. We'll do a few. Alright. So if you look here, this is a really bad piece of birch, but no, not birch, pine. If you look here, can see that we've drilled uniform and perfectly 90-degree holes adjacent to one another right here. It doesn't look very good because the wood is so splitty. Just kind of like, whatever. Now, but that's not all the drill press could be used for. It could be used for drilling wood and most other materials. Like, for example, what's another material that I want to drill into? Okay, so I have these sort of PVC-like pipe materials, right? And they're salvaged off of a little old laundry cart. I mean, I pretty much salvaged anything, but let's give this a shot. I don't know if this is going to work because this is round. If you have a clamp, that's one of the benefits of a drill press, right? If you do a round material with a regular drill, it's going to go off the side. It's going to deflect right off it. With a drill press and the right clamp, because this drill press can only drill perpendicular to the drive shaft or with the drive shaft, it can't wiggle. Like, this is a pretty stable thing. The bit has no choice but to go right into the material. So we're gonna give this a shot. I don't think this is gonna work because this is, again, there's no clamp, but let's just give it a shot. Man, that is surprising. Perfect hole right into the PVC pipe. This is capable of drilling metal too, and in fact, for wood, you're supposed to drill faster, although it's not really necessary. It does result in cleaner holes. However, for metal, you're supposed to drill really slow. So gear 5 would be the gear to drill in. So yeah, that's all for wood. Again, there's really nothing else you can do. But for metal, you can also use like an oil of some sort if you're drilling metal. If you're drilling thick metal, definitely use an oil, especially if it starts to smoke or spark. Because that means that you're either damaging your bit or you're just not going to get a great product when you're damaging your, or when you are drilling your metal. This can also drill other materials too, any material basically. What else? So, but if you think that the drill press is just used for drilling holes, well, you're wrong, okay? You're super wrong, because we have other types of bits too. Let me get some out. You see, this is a nylon, no. Alright, so this is some form of fiber, pretty sturdy though, wire wheel, right? So it's not metal wire wheel, but it is a wire wheel. Oh my god. It is a wire wheel. So yeah, let's take this off and let's put this on. We almost got it. Alright. Here we go. So if we have something, let's just say this is gonna get my projection. Alright, let's just say we have this old, sort of still messed up hammer, but it's also really not, because I did a great job restoring it. You can go check out that video. It's on my channel. It's restoring a 4-pound Craftsman hammer. Alrighty, let's do this. So, look at that. Oh my goodness. Alright, so this is the unpolished side. That was like what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? This is the polished side. Alright, so that it did a very good job at cleaning up all surface damage. In a matter of, yeah, that did a great job actually. In a matter of minutes. So I actually might, after I'm done shooting this video, run over some of my tools just to see what it can actually do. That's pretty incredible. Alright, so let me go put this hammer back. But you're like, but Gaetano, that's all? And I'm like, no. And you know something? You know why? Because any bit that can go for a standard drill and more can also go for the drill press. And that means a lot of cool things. That means any abrasive technology such as sanding drums, or even something like this, which is meant for a hand Dremel, but I'm sure it comes in the form of a drill. Something like this, which is a very, very used grinding stone for a hand Dremel, right? So, but wait, there's more. You don't have to use a standard drill bit like so. You can also use a spade drill bit, I believe it's called. So, like this one's not very sharp. I'll have to sharpen it after. This is 1 inch. So you could do something. Let's find a good sharp one. This is a 1.5 inch drill bit. So let's use the good old key. Yeah. Well, this is a very long bit, so what we're going to do to solve that issue is we are going to stop all the way down. Still very long. Alright. And you're probably like, if you are one of my friends, not a woodworker yourself, you probably don't know what this bit is. And it's just like this bit, but it's able to drill much larger holes. So for example, we're going to use one of the pre-drilled holes that I did before. And we're just going to use that as a marching point, or like a starting point. Actually, you know what? We're going to drill one ourselves, just so we don't have a... So, look at this hole. That is quite a big hole. So, and it also left nice little wood circle as well. Because the way this bit works is it has a sort of make quite the mess. But it has a sort of cutting edge, right? And the cutting edge goes in, it pokes the hole itself, right? And then it comes in and it typically, so this is going to be hot, but it typically has 2 points. And they go into the wood and then it just planes away. That's why the bit gets so hot. These bits, where is it? This bit really refrains from getting hot because it's slicing through the material, while this, on the other hand, like, is really like scraping it away. So that's why it gets so hot, and that's why it's you have to be careful before you put your hands in. Alright, so that is all for today. So one more thing though. This thing is going to have to be secured just like the last drill press, because while this does weigh probably, I don't know, 60 pounds, maybe 50 pounds, it's very heavy. I had a hard time getting it downstairs, holding it like Thor's hammer. Wasn't very easy at its weight. Could be less, but just because, like, you know, it's so awkward. It's hard. But you still want to secure it to your workspace, because if you don't, it could result in problems like tipping, moving, which can affect the quality of the cut. For something small like this, it's not really important. Did a great job at doing that. I was not expecting such a great job. But again, that's all I have today. So, I mean, if you like what you saw, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you don't miss another video. I am releasing some pretty major videos coming up. I talked about it in my last video, but I thought it was going to be the next video. I thought it was coming out this week, but it just couldn't happen with the lack of getting legs for the tabletop. So that's what I'm waiting on. I have a very good video coming up. I think y'all will enjoy it. But again, I think I'll see y'all in the next video. And also, don't forget to comment what you want to see me review next, what you want to see me do next, what you want to see me make next, anything. But without further ado, I'll see y'all in the next one.